First of all, throughout the match, Novak's forehand, it was the heavyweight weapon that he needs it to be on this surface. He wasn't blowing the ball by Alcaraz, but he was overwhelming him into forced errors. Forehand to forehand, Djokovic was sharper. He makes less errors when he has to absorb quality off of that wing. And he gets more on the ball when he's on the run going into that corner, as we saw in the tiebreak. The serving by Djokovic was absolutely sweet. It was dominant, 74% first serves in, and it was a spot serving masterclass, specifically in the second set. And Alcaraz had no answer for the slice serve at his forehand. So, first off, I just never want to hear ever again that Djokovic didn't have a deadly serve plus forehand or serve and forehand. Because the fact is, Alcaraz couldn't get to neutral in return games. And this is clay. And he is the fastest player ever. And he couldn't get to neutral because Djokovic was too clinical. Now, one other tactical thing that I want to talk about. Now, this is something where Alcaraz was having success. Sometimes tactics are not about winning most of the points, but just limiting your opponent's success. And I thought Alcaraz had most of his success working the point through Djokovic's backhand, where Novak was less deadly, less dangerous, and wasn't putting Alcaraz under as much pressure. So work the point through Djokovic's backhand, and then look for the runaround. And especially go inside in with the forehand as soon as Djokovic hits a cross-court backhand that doesn't have enough quality on it. And on clay, when Alcaraz hits the forehand inside out, especially, he can really get it upstairs above the shoulders where Novak can't get enough pace off of his two-hander. So that was the best thing for Alcaraz. Go at the backhand and kind of camp in the ad side to get those runarounds going. Djokovic's counter here, especially off of the high loopy ball to his backhand, was actually the drop shot. And if you think geometrically on the court, if Alcaraz is going to be leaning to his left, out of his ad side, looking for the runaround forehand, what's the furthest distance and the biggest adjustment that he needs to make, movement-wise? It is Djokovic's backhand drop shot down the line. If he's camped out on the ad side of the court, that's the longest possible diagonal distance to try to get to that drop shot. And the key here is that Djokovic's backhand drop shot down the line is remarkably good. It is by far his best drop shot. Novak can't hold a candle to Alcaraz's forehand drop shot. But if we want to talk about backhand drop shots, it's either a tie or Novak's is better. And he loves hitting it down the line. So that was the way that Djokovic minimized the damage of Alcaraz's best pattern, but also deterred Alcaraz from going to that pattern over and over again. And because he didn't feel fully safe going at Djokovic's backhand and then camping for the runaround forehand because of the drop shot threat. And I don't think that Alcaraz ever really fully committed to that tactic as much as he should have. In a way, if I were coaching Carlos, I would have said, hey, especially in these tie breaks, especially in these big spots, like, let's work the point through Djokovic's backhand. Don't lose sight of what we're trying to do here. But you also need to give credit for Novak because what he was doing sent a message across the net, like, okay, I do have an answer for this.